welcome back to the channel. I was planning on doing a Q&A today, but I just received this package over here from Nutrition Depot. So I'll open this up, get a workout in, and then I'll move on to the Q&As right after. Okay. Alright, so the first thing we have over here, sakto, Nutrabio creatine monohydrate. Can't really go wrong with any brand of creatine. I usually just go with monohydrate in general, but I do like how the Nutrabio creatine it doesn't clump up and it's pretty easy to mix. We got a box. Yeah, oh shit, that's pretty cool. It's a shaker. That's pretty cool. I guess it's insulated, not that thick, but for a freebie, this is nice. Looks like there's something non-slip on the bottom too. Oh shit! Whoa! That's gonna work. I'm gonna get to use that a lot. Nutrabio 100% whey protein isolate. That's pretty sick. The flavor is bourbon banana nut. I haven't tried this yet, but I have tried a couple of the other samples from Nutrabio. Flavors are on point, so I'm excited to try this out next. Next up, we have the Nutrabio Intra Blast EAA Intra Workout. Seems like an interesting flavor. I've tried this before. They work. Thank you, Nutrition Depot. Moving on to my workout, I'll be doing an upper body session today. Leave some clips, then I'll move on to the Q&A. Alright, let's move on to the Q&A. I've gathered some questions here on my stories. So I'll just skip the stupid ones. Will we ever see leg day number 2 on YouTube? Well, no. The gym is closing. I'll be moving to a commercial gym, so I'm not quite sure what equipment I'll be using. But if you're curious as to what I did for that leg day in that series, you can go to my Instagram and look for the one with leg day number 2 somewhere there. Exercise I hate. So I don't really hate any exercises, especially if they have proper reasoning behind them. If you want to do a rack pull because you can't go all the way down for, let's say, a conventional deadlift, go ahead. If you want to do front raises because you can't do any pressing movements without any pain, go ahead. If you want to do a leg press with like 3 inches of ROM using your hands on your knees because you want extra tricep volume, go ahead. There are definitely some exercises that aren't quite as optimal as others in terms of, well, muscle recruitment, stimulus to fatigue ratios. But if you have a reason to do them and you enjoy doing it, go ahead. Is it possible to build a good quality physique when you only lift 2 to 3 times per week? Sure, if you're just trying to build a good quality physique, 2 to 3 times per week is fine. But if you're trying to go for a competitive physique, you might want to start training a little bit more, maybe at least 4 times a week. I think I'm too fat to keep bulking, but I'm also not big enough to cut. What should I do? Honestly, I think this comes down to your appetite and your performance. So if you're performing well in the gym and you still have an appetite, I think you should just keep going with your bulk. However, if you find yourself maybe, let's just say, stalling in your lifts, feeling a bit more sluggish, and you have no more appetite, that might be a good time to cut. Last question here would be about how to make the most out of your training sessions if you have a lot of stuff going on in your life. The first tip I would give for this one would be to manage your expectations. So if you can't train consistently, if you don't get enough sleep, or if you can't prep your meals, don't expect the best progress. The second tip here would be to remind yourself that doing something is still better than nothing. I would rather be training, let's say 3 times a week or 2 times a week instead of not training at all. If I can't find time to prep 3 meals, then I'm just gonna prep 1 meal, you know? Anything is better than nothing. And in this case, I think it's not really like an on and off switch. It's probably more like a dimmer switch. It's not a bad idea to make fitness less of a priority, especially while you're sorting things out. And by keeping some of these habits in place, it will be easier to transition back into your regular routine. That's about it. If you have any other questions, you can leave it in the comments, or you can follow me on Instagram. I usually post these Q&As once every week or once every 2 weeks. They're just on my stories, so just leave your questions there. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next video.